Lui, c'est Tye Sheridan. Vous le connaissez pour ça, ou encore pour ça. Cette fois, il incarne un ambulancier new-yorkais dans Black Flies de Jean-Stéphane Sauvert, sélectionné en compétition officielle au Festival de Cannes. Il nous raconte les coulisses de ce rôle particulièrement intense et réaliste.
I don't think there was an easy day on this film. Yeah, I really wanted to work with Jean-Stéphane. And after I saw his films, I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be really exciting film, you know, to marry his kind of very hyper-realistic filmmaking with the world of New York City through the eyes of paramedics. I thought was such an exciting idea. I think that it's New York that we haven't really seen much of in cinema, and I think that where we shot is largely where Jean-Stéphane lives in Brooklyn. But I think it really captures a side of New York that we don't really see a lot in cinema. So I think that was super exciting. We actually shot a lot where some of the French Connection was filmed. Actually, the Chinese restaurant that we go to used to be the bar in the French Connection where they make everyone put the drugs. Pretty cool.
Get your hands on your fucking head.
Yeah, it was a really challenging film to make. You know, I think our jobs as actors to portray medics, you know, and convey that with authenticity was really challenging. You know, to get all the medical stuff right every time, and there's a lot of nuance to that, which is why we spent 2.5 months before we started shooting, training and going on ride-alongs with medics and sitting in a classroom and going through different training and different scenarios, working through scenes in the film and working through different medical procedures. So it was really important to all of us. I think that's largely how Sean and I kind of bonded before we started shooting. You know, we kind of became partners even before we showed up on set together. You know, obviously you can learn a lot from someone like Sean just by watching. So it's a real honor to get to work with someone like that. And then also to just kind of be directed by Jean-Stéphane, you know, was so much fun. He makes you feel so comfortable, and going to crazy places, which this movie definitely goes to.
Was that the first time you saw somebody go? No?
So yeah, there wasn't much time. You know, we shot this movie in 23 days. New York City was very challenging. It's very expensive, very costly to shoot there. And, you know, for a film like this, it's really hard to get the budget that you need. Even if you do, you know, have Sean Penn in your movie and someone like Jean-Stéphane directing, it's very challenging. I'm really proud of the film that we made in the limited amount of time and the chaos that we were kind of experiencing making the film. It was all worth it. There were scenes that were totally improvised. I don't know, I'm not sure if you know this, but the book is set in Harlem in the 90s. I mean, there were several different drafts of the script and a few different people that worked on it. So it evolved a lot since the book, but, you know, that kind of experiential, kind of immersive perspective we never lost, and so that was really important to us. But yeah, a lot of the dialogue was improvised, especially when they're at the scenes with non-actors. I mean, they're completely improvised, and I think Jean-Stéphane is a real master at working with non-actors and getting them comfortable and getting them to share their stories on camera and just capturing that in a really beautiful way. Some of them were addicts, you know, some of them I think spent a lot of time, you know, on streets in Brooklyn, and I think it brings a level of authenticity that's really hard to capture with real actors because they've lived these lives.
I was with my mother when she passed. That's how it starts for a lot of guys. Seeing someone they care about taking their last breath.
You know, it's largely, you know, the lives that these medics live, you know, dealing with the sick and the dying over and over and over. It never stops. And so I think the film, what it's saying, is showing you that. And it's showing us, you know, as a society, how we deal with it and how those people in the profession deal with it themselves, even when they become the patients themselves.
Konbini!